This long-awaited event is finally here. Lydian World comes to America. Join us in Atlanta, Georgia, April 23rd, 2022 at the fabulous Georgia Aquarium Oceans Ballroom. Hear inspiring messages from our chairman of the board, Mr. Josip Haidt, our corporate advisor, Dirk Zalman, and our CTO, Alex Cochendo. Be inspired by global leaders from around the world. Enjoy lunch catered by Wolfgang Puck. Celebrate top achievers. Get a discount on ticket purchases to the Georgia Aquarium and get a chance to win a trip to our corporate event in Dubai. This prize includes airfare and hotel accommodations. There will be 6 lucky winners. We look forward to seeing you in Atlanta.
All right. Hello, everybody. Hey, this is Daniel Higgins coming to you live and in living color. Thank you for hanging out today, tonight, this afternoon. Just depends on where you're at in this awesome world we live in. So on this episode of Daniel's Den, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to chat about an amazing book. But first, are you not entertained? Oh, my goodness. That is an iconic quote from a movie called Gladiator, for those who don't know. And man, I'm telling you right now, that amazing actor, he was embodying something that was going on in that time. He embodied being a gladiator. And if you know about Wealth Builders Worldwide, we are literally global gladiators for a specific cause, right? So I'm very thankful to be here for you guys today, tonight, this afternoon. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, along with Twitter. So we're going to chat a little bit about this awesome movie and go into a segue, right? So are you not entertained? So let me lay this out for you. This gentleman was literally a gladiator fighting for his life. So in those times, of course, it was part of entertainment. People would come in large arenas, right? And view these gladiators fighting to the death, right? So he comes out, very, very, very intense situation because it's him by himself, and he comes out on that field or arena, right? And there's several people there ready to just cut him down, right? And he gets through the first guy. He's cutting, he's slicing, he's dicing, he's defending himself, he's twirling, he's using his sword, and it's a rated R movie. It's an aggressive movie. It's an action-packed movie, right? It's an action movie. So he's slicing people up and stabbing and cutting and all that. I love kung fu movies. I love action movies, right? Of course, they keep your attention, right? So he's cutting through, and there's like maybe 5 or 6 guys, and he's just handling business one at a time. Just boom, 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 cutting through. Gets to the last guy who's just, cutting him up and all that stuff, and dramatically, cut his head off and just was looking at the crowd. Everybody's silent. A little bit of silence fell over the crowd. And he's just looking at the crowd. He's frustrated, of course, to the fact that he's fighting for his life, and he takes his sword, just kind of throws it into the area, throws it into the crowd. Yelling to everybody, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? This is what you came for. You came to see a fight. You came to see gladiators fight. Are you not entertained? And he's yelling at the crowd. And then, of course, they just sing his praises afterwards. They're clapping and, yeah, they're yelling it all out because they were entertained. Right now, I'm going to segue now, right? Because you're like, Daniel, why are you sharing this? I'm sharing this story on purpose to drill in that image in your mind, and it'll tie in perfectly to what we're saying. Are you not entertained? I want to share with you some success principles from this amazing book, How Rich People Think by Steve Siebold, right? And I love this book because he puts contrasting thoughts right at the beginning of the chapter and discusses it. All right. He compares the thought process of how rich people think to how middle class people think, normal people or non world class people. All right. So he's contrasting that so that we can get a clear picture of how rich people think. So we can glean that information, absorb that information. You're like, Daniel, you're just talking about the gladiator. You're just talking about entertainment. Why are you talking about that? I wanted to go into that story, right? And really just drill in. Are you entertained? Just that phrase alone, right? Because guess what? In this book, he starts a chapter off and he says the middle class, remember I told you, he puts contrasting thoughts so you can compare. You can say, hey, what's going on, right? With my thinking, you can compare it and see where did you get this thinking process from? And is this thinking process helping you to reach your goals and dreams? Of course, I'm sharing this content because I want to make sure everybody on the sound of my voice has the success principles they need to be successful in everyday life and be successful in business endeavors, right? So here it is. He said middle class would rather be entertained than educated. World class would rather be educated than entertained. Now, Steven Siebold interviewed several, over 100 successful people, billionaires, financially free individuals. He digged into the mindset of several successful individuals. Are we saying that the world class never get entertained? No, that's not what we're saying. They would rather be educated than entertained. So what's their focus? What's what they're doing overall? What's their normal habit, right? So he goes into detail here. He says they're committed to lifelong learning. So committing to lifelong learning is one of the primary reasons they own most of the wealth in the world. So the world class are not focused on entertainment, but also very focused on building their minds, self education, workshops, right? Learning things. They understand that graduation wasn't or does not have an end date. You'll hear that a lot from a lot of successful entrepreneurs. You hear it from Robert Kiyosaki talk about it a lot. He learns and he continues to learn. You realize that the most successful individuals read the most books. You've heard of, well, many people have heard that Warren Buffett reads several books and reads several hours a day. Bill Gates, same thing. Every single successful person shares in this thought process. They would rather be educated than entertained. So a majority of their time goes into building this mind. The best thing that we have going on is the ability to filter our thoughts and fill our thoughts with what we need to move forward for our success journey. That's the most important thing. So they are committed to lifelong learning. I remember hearing an audio from Dr. Dennis Kimbro, who wrote this amazing book, Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice, right? And Dr. Dennis Kimbro talked about some of the successful people he interviewed, and he was asking them, why did you go to a college? Why did you go to an executive class? You're already in the industry. Why are you going to a class? Because that person wanted to continue to glean the right information to move forward, to grow. They understand that lifelong learning helps them move forward in their success journey, right? So here's another key point from the book that I just have to highlight, all right? So thank you everybody for joining. Their belief in themselves and their ability to get rich drives them to study people operating at a higher level. So they're not limiting themselves to just their current circumstances. They're learning and gleaning from people either face to face or through workshops or connecting with other successful individuals, networking and connecting with other successful individuals, which is just a success principle that the wealthy have used, leveraging and tapping into the expertise of other people, right? Because we don't know everything, right? And that's why they're always committed to lifelong learning. They're closing that gap within themselves to just self promote and demonstrate that belief in themselves, right? Now, another huge thing that he said, they spend their entire lives soaking up information and using it to get richer every day. So these are some key success principles where you can first and foremost examine your thoughts, being very transparent. Of course, when I finished college, I was like, I'm done. I was in an aggressive program and I was like, I'm done. I'm not picking up no books. Not picking up any success books. No, no, none of that. None of that. I did my time, right? I did my X amount of years. I got the 2 degrees. I don't want to do any more reading, right? So that was my thought process. But then I got around some successful entrepreneurs and they were reading and they encouraged me to read. Being part of Wealth Builders Worldwide has impacted my life so much, impacted me in such a huge way. So I want to share that impact with you today, tonight, this afternoon, with everybody who's hanging out within our live streams and throughout the world, right? So listen, I want to make this a few more comments here, right? This is very, very important. Very, very important. One of the key things, one of the key things that the wealthy are doing, which is what he was saying in this book, is connecting with other successful individuals, right? And really making sure that they continue their learning and continue building belief in themselves, right? So that's very, very important to them, right? So why am I recommending that? Why am I saying that? Is because what we want to do now is we want to encourage you to connect with us when we have live events. Because it just so happens that our chairman of the board is a successful billionaire and he's been focused in and telling us over and over and over again that it is about education. He's been saying that from the start. He's been helping to support and finance the goals and dreams of so many different people. And it's a beautiful thing to see someone who's that successful, once again, reaching out and connecting with other people and saying, hey, listen, education is the key. Education is the key, and we want to make sure that we're educating people and not focusing solely on the part of entertainment. All right. So that's very, very, very important. Okay. And thank you, Miss Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. I think is hanging out with us today, tonight, this evening. My stream is doing some interesting things. So right now I'm not seeing the names on the comments, but that is Dr. Lakeisha McKnight, one of our amazing business partners. And she knows because she is developed and personally developing all the time. And this amazing leader that's sharing and connected with us right now also has been connected to John C. Maxwell, is one of the amazing speakers with John C. Maxwell, was trained by John C. Maxwell, and also has had experiences with Robert Kiyosaki. So she's been exposed to those leaders that help educate her to move her towards a different stratosphere. So that's why she's so open and ready to move forward in what we're doing here with GS Partners, okay? So I want to encourage everybody on the sound of my voice, listen, get back with the person sharing this information with you. We talked about Gladiator. We had a good time, right? We talked about that, right? And And that was very fun, right? That was fun. Let me actually pull this up, right? So this is a little visual. Are you not entertained? Right? We talked about this. Are you not entertained? But guess what? The middle class would rather be entertained than educated. The world class would rather educate than entertained. So let's make that shift. To help you make that shift, once again, we have a live event coming up. It is coming up later this month. We don't want you to miss this because this gives you an opportunity to connect with our billionaire chairman of the board, who I just mentioned. And we just talked about some great success tips. One of the tips was getting information and acting on it. The information that we're going to be sharing in this Lydian World Tour later this month, April 23rd, you don't want to miss it. And it also puts you in a special raffle to win a trip to Dubai. That's right. We have a live event in Dubai. Now, the Lydian World Tour started in South Africa, and it was packed out. All right. So we want to encourage you, don't miss this live event. And that's once again Dr. Lakeisha Knight saying, be there in ATL, join us. Okay. I apologize, my system's not showing the Facebook name right now. But that is Dr. Lakeisha Midnight interacting with us tonight, this afternoon. And then right there, like I said, this is our chairman of the board in the shades. He's a successful billionaire, and we can't sleep on the two gentlemen right next to him because they're both individually successful, financially free millionaires. Okay. So when you want to learn from the world class, you got to be exposed to the world class, right? So we're going to expose you to some amazing leaders so that you can not only just lift your lid, but also be exposed to the right way of thinking. Okay. So thank you everybody for hanging out tonight, this afternoon. Listen, we're going to close out with that short video about the live event for next week. We encourage you to get your tickets, right? $60 to connect with a billionaire, have a exquisite lunch designed by Wolfgang Puck. Oh my goodness. Woo. That by itself is going to be an experience, right? But once again, the information that we're going to hear is going to be like no other, right? And we are excited about the event. And Dr. Lakeisha McKnight just posted this. Grab your tickets because, listen, it's limited seating due to, of course, the restrictions that are going on globally, right? So last time I checked, there might have been about 40 tickets left. And you don't want to miss. I think the venue is going to hold about 1,000 or 2,000 people, right? It's just a small part of our global team that's going to be coming out. But you have an opportunity to meet some sharp individuals. Get back with the person sharing this content with you. Get your free registration completed. Be a gladiator. We are truly gladiators. I know that I mentioned the word gladiators a lot because we are Wealth Builders Worldwide. We're a unique group of gladiators that are here to support your goals and dreams, whether it's financial freedom, time freedom, whatever that is. We're here to empower you tonight, this afternoon. So get back with the person sharing this content with you. I'm going to close out with that short video again of the Lydian World Tour coming to North America next week. Don't miss it. Don't meet us there. Beat us there. Beat us there. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your time. We'll see you guys on the next live stream, which will be Thursday night or Friday night, depending on my technology, okay? Have a good day, night, or afternoon, everyone.
This long-awaited event is finally here. Lydian World comes to America. Join us in Atlanta, Georgia, April 23rd, 2022, at the fabulous Georgia Aquarium Oceans Ballroom. Hear inspiring messages from our chairman of the board, Mr. Joseph Haidt, our corporate advisor, Dirk Zalman, and our CTO, Alex Cochendo. Be inspired by global leaders from around the world. Enjoy lunch catered by Wolfgang Puck. Celebrate top achievers. Get a discount on ticket purchases to the Georgia Aquarium and get a chance to win a trip to our corporate event in Dubai. This prize includes airfare and hotel accommodations. There will be 6 lucky winners. We look forward to seeing you in Atlanta.